Howdy y'all, it's Chris with Show Up Fitness, your favorite trainer in the belt buckle. Today we're going to be talking about binge eating, giving you some pointers and different analogies to overcome those binge eating sessions. Before we do that, make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And if you want to become a great trainer at Show Up, make sure to come to our internship here in San Diego, Los Angeles. We're looking at early December, early in 2020. Get away from the certifications. The average trainer quits within the first year. Surveyed a lot of general managers, district managers at top corporate gyms, LA Fitness, 24 Hour, Crunch, Lifetime, Equinox. More than 90% of trainers quit within the first year. It's because they're not educated. They take a simple certification like NASM, before you know it, they're quitting and they're working at McDonald's. So if you want to make this into a career, go through an internship, learn movement, anatomy, train people. This is where great trainers are made. So let's talk about binge eating. And before we do this, don't confuse this with any type of binging or purging. An eating disorder is very serious and you need to get that checked out by the proper physician, registered dietitian. We're not going to have any impact or say on someone with one of these disorders. So this is about binge eating. We have a lot of our clients and trainers that we work with, they experience binge eating episodes. And so what that may look like is you're on a diet or a new diet plan for 2 or 3 weeks, and then our cravings, our hunger, our mindset alters, and then you have 5 days of eating 6,000 to 7,000 calories. I think you know who we're talking about here, Chandler. So we're going to help some of you who've experienced a binge eating episode by thinking on a different level. So let's use some logic here. And the first one I'm going to give you is, let's go back to school. Let's say English or math or geography. And you have 10 quizzes. You got a 10, an 8, a 7, a 10, a 3, a 7, a 10, a 9, 8, and a 10. Let's go to that time you got a 3. If the prior 4 quizzes you got a 10, an 8, a 7, and a 10, and then that fifth one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm right. Make sure my number's right. On that fifth one, you get a 3. What are you going to do? Are you going to take this approach that we do with eating, where the next one you're going to get a 2, and then a 1, a 0, a 4, a 2? That's what we do with eating, and it's very unfortunate. It's because we label foods bad and we have cheat meals. So what would you do if that was you who got that 3? You're going to reflect, right? And you're going to say, did I study as much as I should have? Did I take as much time? Did I really grasp the material? And if you didn't, then you're going to study harder. You're going to come for that next test, that next quiz with a better mindset. And if you were to do a 2 or a 1 the next time, what would you do then? You'd seek help, right? You get a tutor, talk to a classmate, a friend, go to the teacher. I'm really not getting this right now. And then you would ask for help, and you'd fix your little flaw, and then you get right back on track. But we don't do that with nutrition. So on the top one, we had an average of 80. You're going to pass the class with flying colors, and 80% is great. It's a B-. On the bottom one, when you lose track and you go and you get a 2, a 1, a 0, 4, 2, you get a 47, you'd fail miserably. We don't take that approach with school. We want to better ourselves. We want to find where we didn't optimize our studying, and then fix that, tweak it, and then get back on track. So that's one analogy. You would never do that with school, but we do it with binge eating. The second analogy is going to be saving. So I want you to pretend like you're going to save $100 for the rest of the year. Every single day your goal is to save $100. You can put that towards retirement. So you take a look at a month, roughly $3,000 per month, $36,000 per year. So that is your goal. Now, if you were to spend or save 30 days in a row, $3,000, on that 31st day, if you did not save $100, what would you do? There's a couple things. Logically, one, you'd say, okay, I'm going to save $200 the next day to make up for that one. Option 1. 2, who cares? It's only one day. I already have $3,000 saved up. 3, maybe you knew that day was coming. So you knew on the 31st that I'm not going to be able to save $100. Life happens. So maybe the prior 10 days, you save an extra $10. So when you get to that 31st day, you already have that $100 saved up. Let's take that same approach with nutrition. Why is it that on that 31st day, we don't save $100 Why would you ever go take that $3,000 and go spend it? Waste your whole entire retirement. Doesn't make any logical sense, right? But we do that with dieting and food and binging. You're on a deficit of 100 calories, 500 calories, whatever it is. Usually it's too extreme. Check out our body mass equation to get your mindset right. But you're at a deficit of, say, 250 calories. And you're doing great 2 weeks in. And then you binge and you waste it all. I was prepping this one girl for a show. And she came in one day and she's like, Chris, I did it. I did it. And I was like, uh-oh. I'm back up against the wall, like freaking out. What did she do? I ate the whole thing. What did you eat? Peanut butter. So that's all right. That's okay. Let's get back on track. But you don't understand Costco size. I'm like, holy shit. That's like 10,000 calories. What the heck's going on? There's a bigger issue that we need to address here. And that's what happens with binge eating. You would never do that with saving. I did it. I didn't save for one day, so I spent $200,000 in my retirement and I just wasted it. What? That's not logical. Why would you ever do that? Go back to the school analogy. You got a 3. I just stopped showing up. I suck. I'm dumb. I'm a terrible person. You don't let that snowball and waste the rest of the week, the month, or the year, or the class. But why do we do that with nutrition? We got to change our mindset. One day does not define who you are. 365 days in the year, one day of eating, quote unquote, bad. Watch our video on stop using those words, bad, cheat, weak-minded. You're not weak-minded. You just are taking a unique route. Sohee Lee has a great analogy with you're driving on the freeway and one of your tires pops. Why would you ever pop the other 3? Sabotage the rest of your car. It's just one tire. Fix it. You're all right. The last analogy is with dating. So what we do is show up in this. We work with clients that binge. And it's all right. It's part of life. We want you to feel normal. There's nothing wrong with that choice. We got to address the behavior behind it and come up with a different technique, whether maybe drinking more water, trying this, surrounding yourself with better individuals, changing that mindset. So we give a lot of analogies. And so far, when we use these 3, this is common sense, but when it comes to nutrition, it's not common action. It's a whole different ballgame. So my last one's kind of fun. Think of dating. And I work with a lot with females and competitors, so use this analogy. Tell me your perfect guy, if you like guys. And that's going to be 6 feet. You got to have a tall guy, right? And he's really good looking. He wears a belt buckle. And here's your list. So imagine if you didn't get that guy. Would you ever go to the complete opposite and say, I'm going to settle for an 80-year-old with 7 kids who's morbidly obese, doesn't take care of himself, and I'm going to sleep in his dungeon, and I'm going to be his mistress, and he's just going to take advantage of me, and I'm going to hate my life? Maybe here in La Jolla, but no, you would never do that, right? That's so extreme. Never. You're just going to find something that fits what you're trying to get. But in dating, again, you would never do that. But with nutrition, we do. I've worked with people who unfortunately have been doing great for 3 weeks, and they take it upon themselves in their mind that one day they didn't hit their 1,800 calories, and it blows up everything. So then you can get into the argument about calorie counting, and I think everyone needs to count calories. Get over it. Do it for 1 month. And that's probably like, oh my gosh, this is so long. So turn those words, give me 8% of your time. Can you give me 8% of your time? And the answer is yes. 1 divided by 12 is 8%. 1 month out of the year, count your calories. Then you're going to know what 4 ounces of chicken is. You're going to know what a serving of guacamole or mayonnaise or ranch or 2 ounces of bacon. You're going to understand that, and it's going to set the precedent for the rest of the year and probably your whole entire life. When I look at a burger, I just had a smoothie, and it said on the board 400 calories. I automatically added another 200 calories. So in my mind, that was a 600 calorie shake. Even though it said 400, I added extra 50%. Just because I'm preparing, because I didn't actually make that. You probably don't think like that. If you want to be successful with your weight loss or weight gain goals, you got to monitor your calories for 1 whole month. Take photos, do a food log, and we got to change the way we look at food. There's no such thing as a bad food. We got to look at the law of thermodynamics, which states energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's about creating a calorie deficit. Hormones do play a role, but it's not the number one thing I'm concerned about. Number one, hands down, is going to be quantity, calories, creating that deficit and helping you become aware. So these are the 3 analogies that we use with binge eating. School, saving for retirement, dating. We want to help you be successful. That's the most important thing. So if you're having trouble with some binge eating, shoot us a message and we'll get on the phone, hop on a face call, and we'll see how we can help you. Remember to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Have a great day.